original message to the whole humanity? Is that enough? And all those 12 people, we need to make sure that they have ijma', they have unanimity on the concept, for example, of Trinity. Tell me that, give me a transmission now of the names of those 12 people who are the disciples of Jesus, and let's make sure that at least 5 of them agree on the concept of Trinity that you have today. It's a question. It's a valid question. Give me a transmission, at least to 7 people of the disciples of Jesus that agree that the original sin is a fundamental belief of Jesus. Give me 7 people of the disciples of Jesus. I'm asking you. You will give me the saying of Paul, interpretation of Paul, of Mark. Give me 7 people, or at least 5 people, who agree unanimously, because ijma' is a fundamental criterion in Islam, ijma'. We want ijma', we want unanimity on the disciples of Jesus, on the things that you think they are the fundamentals of Christianity today. Trinity, give me now a valid, authenticated channel of narrators that shows that the Trinity is a point that Jesus have highlighted and made it a fundamental issue of his creed. So if you are interested in that, I'll be more than happy to share those things with you. If you're gonna pick first from here, from there and here and there, I am not into that business, because that's a dirty business which is basically giving people nothing. You're not leading to people to anywhere. What you're doing is not leading people. You're not purifying people. People here need to be purified physically and spiritually. Spiritually through worshipping one God, may his name be glorified. Physically, they need to make prayers, they need to give alms, they need not to kill, to these all things. So you need to understand these things. You're not purifying people. All what you're doing is just bashing Islam day and night, and you are the loser. Anyway, I'm leaving. If you are interested in that, if you are Christian, if you are interested in sharing the concept of oneness of God in Christianity, I am willing to share it in Islam. Purification in Christianity and Islam, I am willing to do that. If you are into that, I am into that business. Something else, I'm going to leave. I'm not into your bashing of the prophets, Jesus and all the prophets. You are lying about them. Take the mic, please.
All right.
I would like for you all to help me out, because this is a raised G room, and I want to explain to
Lord have mercy. Listen, Mr. Badr, you are welcome in my room first, and everybody witness that I gave him, what, 5 minutes talking, right? Am I heard? Am I heard, guys? I gave him 5 minutes talking. He talked about many things, and now he's saying he's leaving. And he is the one who mentioned that he want to speak about the original sin, correct? In the front of the room, I will show you that you Muslims, I'm not bashing your prophet, I'm exposing him. There's a huge difference. Because you just said Islam is against original sin, when your prophet, he mentioned this hadith. I want everybody to open this hadith and read with me. Narrated by Abu Huraira, the Prophet said, Adam and Moses, Adam and who? And Moses argue with each other. Moses said to Adam, O Adam, you are the father, you are our father who disappointed us and turned us out of paradise. Then Adam said to him, look at this, Moses, Allah favored you with his talk with you or to you directly. He wrote the Torah for you with his hands. Do you blame me for action which Allah had written in my fate 40 years before my creation. So Adam overcome in the debate Moses. Who is the winner? Oh. Okay, am I heard now? Am I heard now? Alright. So let us read again. So Moses and Adam, this is the hadith. Moses and Adam, they are debating. Obviously, Moses believed in the original sin. Correct, guys? Moses, he believed in the original sin. Because Moses saying to Adam, because of you, we are out of heaven. Yeah, run. Better run, because now everybody will see how stupid your prophet is. It's time to run, right? You're asking Muslim to run, because now I'm going to show you how stupid your prophet is. You see the coward? He came, he says he want to ask me, he want to debate me. If I am willing to do that, he is willing for it. And now he's asking Muslims to leave because he's a coward. How come in the hadith it says that Moses believed in the original sin? According to your prophet, Moses agreed with us. Moses is a believer in the original sin. Adam, he don't believe in original sin. He believes it is his fate. Which is very stupid to say. Why? Because when you say, it is written for me 40 years before my creation to do sin, so what the point of kicking me from heaven? If Allah is the one who decides for me my sin, why I want to go out of heaven? I miss. You explain. Instead of explaining, you want to run. Guys, when Adam, he says, it's written in my fate 40 years before my creation. The question is, why Allah kicked him from heaven if Allah is the one who wrote in his fate? You see how stupid this religion is? Allah, he wrote in his fate 40 years before he's born or his creation that he will commit sin, and he wrote for him the sin, and Allah punish him for what he wrote for him. Same time, Moses, he is a believer in the original sin. Moses is a believer in the original sin. So not only the Christian believe in the original sin. So Moses is stupid too. Moses, the great prophet of God, he believed in the original sin. Not only the Christians. What about the hadith where Muhammad, he said, if there is no Eve, no woman will betray her husband. What? If there is no Eve, there is no woman betray her husband. That is original sin. Correct, guys? Because Muhammad accusing women to do sin because they inherit sin from Eve. Correct? When you say if there is no Eve, there is no women do sin and no woman will betray her husband, you are just saying that all the sin is coming from the original sin, the sin of Eve, but in this case he blamed Eve only, not Adam. So now I want you to come to the mic, Mr. Badr, and answer the hadith I gave you and the other hadith about Eve, and explain to me why your God teaching the Muslims that Moses is a believer in the original sin, but the fact Allah is the one who caused people to sin. In the fact what? Allah is the one who caused people to do sin. Who's saying that? Allah, Prophet. Allah wrote the sin of Adam 40 years before his creation. So do you want to come to the mic, explain, or do you want to run, Mr. Badr? Why your Prophet saying that Allah, He decides for us our sin 40 years before we commit sin. He is the one. You know, look what Adam says. Are you blaming me? Do you blame me, Moses, for what is written for me 40 years before my creation by Allah? So which means you cannot blame a human being for his sin. You see how stupid this story? You cannot blame a human being for his sin. You should blame Allah. So Allah is the one who make people commit sin. Allah is the one who decide for them to do sin. And then Allah, He punish you for doing what He decide for you. How stupid this religion can be more than this? The mic is yours, Mr. Badr. Go ahead. Always when I have a problem with questions, I read the chapters, but I read it backward as the Prophet he said. I know, but he's not taking the mic. Better take the mic, man. We are waiting for the answer. How Adam he's saying, and actually the hadith says clearly that the one who won the debate is who? Is Adam, which means Adam is the correct one. Correct, guys? Adam is the one who won the debate. So Muhammad saying Adam was right. You cannot blame Adam for his sin. Blame Allah. Unbelievable. So it is Allah's fault, and yes, we will go to hell because of Allah's fault. Allah is the one who decide our sin. Allah, He make us say sin. Allah make us do sin. Allah, now right now, according to this hadith, Allah is the one who made me do this. And later Allah will punish me for doing what He made for me to do. Take the mic, take the mic. Better. People are waiting, man. People are waiting. Your mic. Hello? You don't want to talk no more? That's it? So next time, this is why Muslims don't dare to debate me. Take the mic, man. We are waiting for the answer. Why your prophet saying that the one who make you do sin is Allah, and you cannot blame Adam for his sin? The hadith in the front of you. The mic is yours. It's a very normal case. Always when you put a Muslim in the corner, he was excited, he want to debate us, he is challenging us, and suddenly, zip, mouth, zip. No answer. Nothing. Finito. Let me talk. I keep asking you to talk. You're mine. Go ahead.
Listen, Christian and Prince, I really, the people here, they don't have much understanding of Islam. That's why you are marketable here. You are marketable. But I want to say something that we need to understand that before we talk about these things and interpret it, I'm not going to interpret it because whatever interpretation I give you, you are not going to buy. Likewise, the people who follow your methodology are not going to buy. First of all, we have to establish who is God, and what is the scripture of God, and these things. Afterwards, you build upon that. And that's why when Jesus, he said that the greatest commandment is, "O Israel, know that God is one." Why did he say that that's the greatest commandment? Because once you know who is God, and what are his attributes, characteristics, and so on and so on, afterwards you build upon it. What we are doing, you are going to...
Brother, I accuse you to be a coward. You will run, you can't run. Guys, isn't it was this is a question? Wasn't this is a question? Now we put him in the corner, he don't want to talk about it no more. He want to talk about different things. What is the reason? Whatever I say to you, you will accept. I can say the same to you too. When you ask me the question, I did not say whatever I say to you, you will not accept. You are the one who asked the question. You are in the corner. Don't tell me whatever you say I'm not going to accept. Don't worry about that. You are not answering me. You are answering everybody. Some they will accept, some they will refuse. This is not your business, not my business. Let people hear the answer. Correct, guys? Am I being fair? This is his question. This is his topic. He is the one who come with it. He is the one who asked for it, and now when we put him in the corner, he will talk about different stories. Take the mic and tell us why your prophet saying that the one Moses here, he believed in the original sin. Your prophet, he said that the correct thing is you cannot blame Adam for his sin because it is Allah who wrote for him to do sin. What do you want to say about that? Why Allah is punishing Adam out of heaven if it is, we cannot blame him? Allah is wrong? Allah, he blamed Adam, he punished him out of heaven for he was doing what Allah wanted him to do. What Allah forced him to do. That is the most crazy, mad religion ever. So take the mic and don't change the topic. This is your question, you are in the corner. If there is no Eve, no woman will betray her husband. This is what the Prophet said. Allah, Prophet of Islam, he accused women to be doing the original sin of Eve. Because if there is no Eve, what is the problem? The original sin of Eve. They inherited their sin from Eve. Here am I.
Hello everybody, is my voice clear? Is my voice clear? Is my voice clear? Okay. Listen, it is not, you want me to have a debate or dialogue with you. It has to be bilateral agreement, right? It has to be bilateral agreement. Is my voice clear? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. It has to be bilateral. I am represent. I am a Muslim. You are a Christian. If it is your way, I am not pleased sitting here and there. If it's your way, you will be pleased because you're going to direct the channel, the discussion to your way. So, can we have an agreement? We have not agreed now on the rules of the discussion. You want an interpretation for that hadith, by the way? What Allah has destined for us, we don't know. We don't know until it happens. Until it happens. So Adam, when he said to Moses, peace be upon him, when Adam said, don't argue with this, now let's close this point. Christian prince, you don't know what Allah has written for you in his destiny, may his name be glorified, and his decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Adam, when he said to Moses, peace be upon both of them, you are blaming me for something that Allah has written for me and decreed for me. Adam did not know that that sin he would commit until it happened. Until it happened. And this is the key word here, that we don't know about the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why the disbelievers, when you come and ask them, why don't you become a Christian? Why don't you become a Muslim? They would say, we would not become a Muslim because Allah did not guide us. Did not guide us. How do they know that Allah had written or decreed that He would not guide them? So it has to do with the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't think you understand this point. I don't think you understand. That's why you make this argument. That Adam did not know the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until it happened. So you got to understand this. Please do not go into that arena. Don't go. First of all, show these people the principles of your faith. I want to talk with you about this original sin. Talk about the original sin in Christianity in 5 minutes, then after.
Don't change topic, just wait. Guys, is that my question? This is not my question. The question is, if we cannot blame Adam for the sin he did because Allah is the one who wrote that for him in his fate, why Allah He punished Adam for something? It's not his fault. Correct, guys? The hadith is very clear. Adam, he said, do you blame me for action which Allah had written in my fate 40 years before my creation? And your prophet said that Adam, he overcome Moses in the argument, which means Adam was right. You cannot blame him. So the question is, if we cannot blame Adam for his sin, how come your God Allah He punish him and He throw him out of heaven? And this goes for every one of us. If Allah wrote our fate, as you said in the mic, for us 40 years before our creation, and this is a fate, not a decision we make, this is why we cannot blame Adam for it. Then why we will punish? What is the justice? Allah decide for me my sin and then He will punish me for what He decide for me. This is madness. This is madness. He is the one who decide for me my sin. He is the one who gave me the sin. He is the one who forced me to make the sin, and then He will punish me for what He decide for me. That is not the justice of God. That is the most stupid belief ever you can believe in. So what we learn from this hadith, that Moses is a believer in the original sin. Adam, he don't. Muhammad, he don't. And Muhammad take the side of Adam. And he says, you cannot blame Adam for his sin. If this is the case, you cannot blame me for my sin too. Because the sin of Adam written for him, the same as the sin of every human being according to Islam. This is what it's called al-qadar, destiny in Islam, destiny. So Islam teach destiny in a very funny way, that you are making sin, or doing good, or doing bad, because Allah wrote for you that, not because it's your choice. And that is a very stupid belief. The mic is yours.
Okay, is my voice clear? It seems to me that you are confused regarding the history of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is my voice clear? Okay, my dear friend, Adam did not say that before committing the sin, because before committing the sin, Adam did not know. If he knew about that Allah had written for him to sin, he would have made maybe another choice. But we need to understand that we don't know about that. It is hidden, it's concealed. It is concealed. Thus, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want us to commit the sins. For example, if you come to a person, if I come today and point the gun to your head and kill you, and the people take me to the court, and when the people in the court say to me, well, you have killed Mr. Christian Prince. Why did you kill him? I say, well, that is destined by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it's okay. That's a very, very stupid understanding. The answer is, the judge could ask me, how did you know that Allah destined this in you? We don't know about the destiny of Allah until it takes place and happens. So Adam is blamed for something which he did not know. Adam committed the sin, but he did not know before committing the sin that he would do the sin. And that's why he was punished for that sin. Although afterwards he was forgiven, but the punishment for that sin, he was sent to earth. Sent to earth from heaven. So you need to understand that you don't know the destiny of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I want you now to answer this question. If I come to you now and I said I want, for example, to hit you with a stone in your head, and then I go ahead and hit you and you fall unconscious and they take you to the hospital, then when you go to the hospital, the doctor say, why did you do this? I say, I did it because by the will and the decree of Allah, He has decreed this. Is this logical? Then the whole concept of the prophets is demolished. Why did the prophet come to you? For example, you are asking me to believe in Christianity. In the day of judgment, Allah will say to me, why didn't you believe in Christianity? I would say, well, if you, God, you have destined for me to become a Muslim. So you have no justification to put me in hellfire. So your concept of understanding is basically demolishing the beliefs of the prophets. You are giving excuses to the disbelievers to disbelieve in God. And that's why I say you are confused. The destiny of God is concealed, is held except by Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. May His name be glorified. We as a human beings, we don't have access to it until it takes place. So you tell me, my dear friend, now, I'll ask you now. You ask me become a Christian. I want you to give me a good answer, a valid and reasonable answer. You ask me, Mr. Badr 13 says, you become a Christian. I say, well, I would not become a Christian for a second because Allah has destined for me to become a Muslim. What would be your answer? What would be your answer? You give me your answer, please. You give me your answer. And let's see if the room would buy this answer or not. The key word here is the knowledge and the knowing of the unseen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah has written everything in the unseen. And Allah have destined many things for us. But we don't know what is destined. That's why we have the choice to go right or to go left. To become a Muslim or to become a Christian. We have the choice and we bear the consequences of our choices. Why? Because we don't know what Allah have destined for us. If we would already know, we would not be accounted for our decisions. Do you hear it? If we know what Allah has destined for us, we would not be accounted for our decisions. Why am I accounted to be a Muslim or to become a Christian, to become a Jew or to become somebody? So it seems to me you are confused in the issue of this. You are confused. So please do not show that that you don't have knowledge regarding the destiny of Allah. When you bring citations from the Holy Quran, you just stay in the arena of Christianity. You stay in the arena of Christianity. Otherwise you are demolishing the message of all the prophets. The prophets came to you, Prince, Jesus came to you to become a Christian, for example. Moses had come to us to bring with certain things. Now the disbelievers would come to Moses and Jesus in the day of judgment and say, well, we have an argument against you. God have destined for us to become atheists. Why would you come and account us for not becoming a Christian or a Jew? So you see what is your logic, what is leading to? Your logic is leading to disbelieving in the prophets. And Allah highlighted this in the Holy Quran. So you need to be on the right, you have to have the right foundation and reasoning and understanding. Afterwards, you talk from knowledge, a basic of knowledge. So please don't go into that arena. It brings hadith and this. I am leaving in a second. If you are not interested in discussing the creed of the beliefs.
What do you mean you are leaving in a second? Where do you want to leave? Just wait. Coward? Guys, did he say that Adam, he do not know about what will happen? If he know, he will change his choice? Did he say that? You heard him, right? That means Muhammad is a false prophet, because Muhammad, he says in the Quran that nobody can change his destiny. And if this is true, if you know, you can change. If you cannot know, if you do not know, you will not change. So what the point of this anyway, if you will never know until you do it? You see how stupid even your statement? If Adam knows that this will make him go out of heaven, he will do something else. But he said Adam don't know. So what the point of saying if Adam know? Nothing. It's just a stupid talk. So number one, nobody can change the destiny of Allah according to Islam. And I can give you many verses from the Quran saying that. Obviously you do not know your book. Secondly, your prophet, he said you cannot blame Adam. And your answer is, well, you cannot blame him because he don't know. Fine. Well, he don't know. I don't know too. You know, you don't know until you do it. This is what he said. You don't know. You will do sin until you do it. Thank you very much. And yet Allah will punish me for something I don't know until I do it, because He is the one who made me do it. You see the madness of the Abdools? Secondly, obviously your prophet saying that Moses, he believed in the original sin. Question: how Moses he believed in original sin? He's a Muslim. Correct, guys? Moses, according to Muhammad, is a Muslim. Obviously Moses is not, because Moses believed in original sin. And Moses, he is a prophet of God. That means he was teaching his people original sin. And the argument is very stupid, because it happened when? After they die. Which means Moses all the time was teaching his people original sin. Are we following, guys? This conversation happened between who and who? Between two people. Who are they? Adam and Moses. How Moses will see Adam? After death. So this debate means Moses all his life believed in the original sin. Are we following? After he died, he went to paradise and he have a debate with Mr. Adam, and then Mr. Adam, he won the debate. Thank you very much. But this is mean Mr. Moses all his life is teaching original sin to the Jews.